Greetings and felicitations. Hip hip hurrah. And yes, Mr. Spock, it is pronounced tally ho. Welcome, 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 everybody, to this just a little impromptu, free range live stream talking about, of all things, movies, particularly the groovy movies, the ones that I like to show. This will be, nothing kind of formal. There won't be a movie today. I'm sorry, but bear in mind, I'm doing this because I'm making a few changes in the lineup. I want to do at least one more live stream per week. So there will be the Saturday movie, which will be live streamed and riffed and reacted to by myself and the lovely and talented Yvette. And I want to say like Wednesday, but it would be slightly later, around 5 o'clock my time, Central Time. So maybe I can get some of the Brits in as well, which I seem to have a big following among those that live in the North Atlantic. I'm not figuring out why, but hey, I'm going with it. Let's see if we can expand this. So Yvette is joining us in the chat and giving out hugs and kisses, and so is Jeff. So with us three, we're just gonna kind of kick back, have some fun. Um, I may, yeah, that's what I think I will. I'm going to pin something I normally don't do. I'm going to pin this to the I think, yeah, I'm going to pin this to the chat. And but if I don't know you, I'm not going to let you in. So you better have your camera on and convince me of who the hell you are, because I know how some of you nut jobs are out there. On to show naughty bits and everything and get people in trouble. So, um, hang on just a second. Okay, now I know I never said I'd do this, but what the heck, is the link is pinned, and Brogu is with us. So welcome everybody. Let's have a little fun. Let's talk some movies. So to begin with, okay, finishing up what I was talking about a little bit earlier. There will be always on Saturdays, or at least as at least when possible, because of work and whatever. Saturdays at 3 p.m. Central, there will be either a sci-fi or a horror movie that I and Yvette and whomever else will riff. That will be that's our Saturday fun time. And it's become, frankly, it's become interesting for me showing movies that Yvette hasn't seen to get her reactions, and that's been fun. Okay, she didn't like The Rocketeer, she didn't like a couple, but there've been others that she's loved, like like last night. Okay, she had never seen Krull, and she'd gotten into it. I could tell by her, as the movie played, by what she was saying and her reactions, that she was liking the movie. I didn't want her to admit it at the time. Just waited to the end of it, so that she would just have to confess to the mob that she liked it, and it kind of worked. Okay, now with that, I'm also thinking Wednesday around 5 p.m. Central Time, so that it won't be too late for the British crowd, and the Americans can have it and can kind of enjoy it as well. Probably it'll be, well, it won't necessarily be horror or sci-fi movies. It's the other stuff. I also like westerns. I like comedies, um, war movies. I mean, I've got quite an eclectic collection in my little places, in on either on hard drives or in hard format. I also have, I've been thinking about the complete run of Stargate SG-1. I'm thinking that would be fun to run a little bit. But also keep in mind, for the groovy movie fans, there will still be premieres on Friday at 7 p.m. Central. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that alive. So Jeff wants me to air some groovy horror movies. Oh yeah, I will do the Jeff. I will do the groovy horror movies. I've got quite a few of them. So have no fear there. There will be horror movies. There will, usually Fridays and Saturdays, I think, because I think that's something we all experienced as a kid. I bet Friday nights and Saturdays. That's when we saw the really bad sci-fi and the horror movies. So that will still be there. Captain Fandom Nerd is in the house. Okay, dude. Okay, when are you gonna start streaming again, nerd? Come on now. You remember that now? We need the coffee time in the morning again. Those were fun. So open up that cafe again. Get to serving that Java. Now, and let's see what we have here. Brogu says, Mr. Londell's Groovy Movies, you know I love your movies. Keep doing what you're doing, and we will be happy. Okay. I will do that, and I will keep that in mind, Brogu. Now, with that said, okay, there are some, give you an idea of what you'll probably see, like on a Wednesday night. And okay, this will probably turn Yvette's stomach, but the remake of Time Machine. It was more like how do you want to put it? A movie of the week instead of a feature film that it was supposed to be. And even though this was like H.G. Wells' great great grandson or whatever, he did a bad job. Let's just face it. So, but I think it's a fun movie in some instances, but I don't think it would be good for the Saturday stream. It's not public domain, so I can't put it on the premiere. And yeah, right, Yvette. Time Machine remake, meh. But okay, we can treat it like a made-for-TV film. And oh, you know what, guys? One thing, collection-wise, if you don't have it in your collection, the physical media, what the hell's wrong with you. A lot of these movies I will be showing the lesser of these movies. I will be showing Wednesday nights. The classic monsters from Universal. This box has every movie, every monster movie Universal made from all 30 from 19 was it from 1931 into 1956. So this is all the Bela Lugosi, Lon Chaney, Boris Karloff movies, and the Abbott and Costello comedies that they made as well. Three. Interesting side note. First, it was the horror classics that kept Universal afloat. And then it was the Abbott and Costello movies that saved Universal later on in the 50s. And yes, Yvette, something else you and I totally agree on. Great collection. If I were everybody, you don't have this, you better go find it. Can you say Amazon is your friend? Okay, your collection is not a collection without this. Another series, okay, I think everyone should consider are the Planet of the Apes movies, the originals. Okay, I'm not too crazy about these remakes with the CGI monkeys that talk and threaten people. I like these better. Yes, it's a guy in a ton of makeup and latex, and he kind of hunches over and waddles around. But you can look at these and say it's a different type of ape because of the evolution that goes on between the time Charlton Heston takes off from the original Earth to the time he crash lands on the Earth in the future. So there's been a bit of evolution there. And if you're familiar with the Pierre Boulle book, okay, there was a degree of evolution there, as they found out through uh, ancestral type memories from human subjects. The apes began to progress, and humans just began to regress as to what happened there. Murder Hornet is in the house. Dude, you got to get you a laptop or something so you can keep up. You can watch some of the watch parties as well. You know, I hate that I hate that you're missing out on the watch parties. Okay, so that and then we have hmm, where's that? Oh yeah, Outland, Sean Connery. Now I don't think Yvette. I know I showed this. I don't think Yvette liked it as much. She had problems with disbelief. With it was a shotgun went off, and she thought it should have depressurized the whole base or something, and she missed out the point that he was shooting at a solid wall. And it wasn't like the plastic and crap that they think they're going to be using on like Mars or the moon for shelters. So, but it's a who done it. You got Sean Connery playing basically a marshal in space, and his new job assignment, he finds out he has a very big problem, a drug problem, and he's the only one that everybody's in on it. He's the only one there willing to do the right thing, and so he has to go it alone up against all these gangsters, and somehow he makes it. He makes his collar, makes his arrest, and goes home with his family. Smart guy. And I will do some cheesy horror movies, okay, from the 80s. But those will I've I've done a few in the past. I don't know if you probably missed House. And what else? Yeah, I mean, yeah, we did House like around, was it around Halloween, I think. So, but like the Freddy Krueger stuff, it's not in my collection. So I'd have to find it. And oh, one thing, while I'm at it, I think I will start this Wednesday. And let's do, yeah, I've been wanting to, since Dune is such a hot property now, I've always loved the Sci-Fi Channel's miniseries, the uh, the original Dune. It's in three parts. So Wednesday night, the next Wednesday night, and then the third Wednesday night. I think I will do each part in a live stream just to see what I can get going. It's who I can, you know, who I can attract, such and so on, such and so forth. It'll, just to test out, how this will go. But then after that, it's on. It's going to be comedies, horror movies, westerns. Okay, uh, whatever whatever I pull out off of the hard drive, and you'll have ample an ample enough head time to know what's coming, just like I do with the Saturday movies. Okay, now Yvette, you're not a fan of monkeys. They're not monkeys, they're apes. Monkeys have tails. Yes, Jeff, you loved the. Well, no, this is not 84. This is around 2000 or so when the Sci-Fi Channel did the miniseries. Up until that point, it was the best representation of that book. Which I mean, it's hard that, but it's hard to put on film, and I think Villeneuve has done a great job at it. But still, I mean, there's room for a little bit of where you done fucked up boy stuff in that as well, and that's something we can get into maybe a little bit later in the stream. I don't know, but yeah. And joining us, JP's. What's up,
Hello,
man?
Mr. Londell.
Hey,
Were you talking about the children of Dune?
no, Dune, no, Dune.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you said it was the 2000s, and I'm pretty sure that's when Children of Dune came out.
Uh, but well, I was thinking they did a 6 hour of the original book first, and I thought well, unless that was like late 90s. It doesn't matter. I have both, because it was uh it was Dune Messiah and Children of Dune. They combined them.
Okay.
and that was like the second part to the miniseries. So that was actually the first three books, all total that Frank Herbert did. But I really, once I finally got to see that Dune, I mean, story wise, I liked it. The way it followed the book a hell of a lot closer. Okay,
Yeah.
the issues with you know the special effects, they're not the greatest in the world, and it was it was all of this stuff was filmed on soundstage. It is bleeding obvious, but they stuck with the story, so you can forget that. Okay, it's a soundstage with a big pile of sand on it, and that's a backdrop. You can get behind. You can kind of forgive that because it looks like he's running from a worm,
Yeah.
like he did in the book. You know, so, and
I really
so
like seeing some of those like makings where they show them do the paintings of the backdrops,
yeah,
and
that
it just looks so amazing.
yeah that is part of that's part of the DVD collection. I have the making of the Dune, and
Yeah. Yeah.
what I liked were the fight choreography. See that
Oh
was
yeah.
and at the end of the miniseries when Paul and Fade face off, that was probably the best fight scene yet. I haven't seen this new one, and so obviously I got to compare them. But I think that's how the two of them would have gone at it. Yeah,
Yeah. I've only seen part one of the new one, so
yeah, that's all I've seen, and I don't think I'm going to spend the money in the theaters. I'm going to wait till it comes out on Blu-ray and then buy both, and then I got to watch them all together again.
yeah, exactly. That's the best way.
Which will probably take 3 days, because they're both like 3 hours long.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anywho, okay, everybody, tell me about the movies you like. Yeah, and since JP's has joined us, you got to start, buddy.
Well, let's see. There's quite a few of the movies I do like. I do see the scrolling list at the bottom. I'm not going to mention two of those franchises. So,
Yeah, the, I'm tired of people talking about them and bitching and moaning,
yeah,
complaining. So I've left them. So I suggest you do the same.
I'm usually a big fan of the horror movies, mainly from the 80s, late 70s. Uh, plus, you can stick the sci-fi, where there's the sci-fi horror crossover genre. Um, and the mainstream horror, as well as some of the not even B horror movies like C and D classes.
They don't make those movies anymore,
No, no.
and it's a shame actually because
You
I
know, the
mean
closest that they did come to doing something like that was a recent, well, not that much, maybe 10 or 15 years ago, was Dale and Tucker in the Book of Evil. It was almost like a throwback to um, Evil Dead 3
uh-huh.
and some of the Traumaville movies, where it was cheesy as hell,
Yeah.
stupid funny, and still like a little spooky grotesque.
Oh yeah, Jeff. Invisible Man is on the list. The question is, do I do it on a Wednesday night or do I do it on a Saturday? I have to work that out. Chances are it'll be Saturday.
My only um what was it? Exposure to the Invisible Man was The one from Kevin Bacon. Was it Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, I hated those movies.
I
I mean,
liked it.
he was just a damn rapist. That was just kind of, you know,
Well, he goes insane.
uh-huh. That okay, I'll give them that. They did keep, that ascent, descent into madness.
Yeah.
Kept that, but all Kevin did was run around raping women. I mean, that was at least the original one. That was he. Yeah, he was going crazy, but there was a lot of comedy in that original. Like he was just had on the pants, chasing the woman singing, you know, and stuff like things he did that were comical that also showed this guy's losing it.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that so I don't think you'll ever see Kevin Bacon's Invisible Man on my channel. Okay, I just and Yvette's holding out for the Blob.
But so
Scanners. Oh, okay, yeah,
so no trauma. Tremors. Was it Kevin Bacon in that?
yeah. But
Yeah.
tr- uh, yeah, the Tremors movies, I could see, well, yeah, I can see Tremors being that would be probably more like oh, well, the
Only
first one would be more like a Saturday.
only if you stop at number one. Anything beyond that?
Oh, okay, yeah. See that's where I was hung up. The
Yeah.
first, but and then the rest of them, they just it's a slide into the mediocre. So
Completely.
and then well, one movie I do need I have not shown. I'm sure everybody would love would be Critters.
Uh, I've seen that multiple times, and it's just like,
This still it's the first one, not all of them. Okay,
yeah, okay, okay.
I'm mainly talking about the movie that started the franchise. When I bring up a lot of these, like Critters. What was that other one? Gremlins. Okay, movies like that.
Yeah.
I would,
Um,
you know,
it was Ghoulies as well.
oh yeah, Ghoulies or Goonie.
No, Ghoulies.
Okay, yeah.
Ghoulies.
Oh yeah, the one where they're coming out of the toilet and everything.
Yeah. They look like
Yeah.
little green,
hmm
almost claymation type of things.
Now, see, those were puppets, and so you know, Yvette wouldn't like puppets. That was that would be the only thing. That would be the only issue there.
Let's see what else. The Stuff. I love that movie.
The stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he's probably heard of it. It's a lot like the Blob, except for
Huh.
people eat it because it's like it's marketed to people as a food,
Oh,
and it looks like marshmallow, and it like basically takes over their body, and then
I think I have seen that. Yeah. And then oh god, what was that? Food of the Gods. Okay, nobody's seen it but me. Okay.
no, I'm like what?
Food of the Gods.
Yeah,
It's kind of like stuff, but okay, you've got you've got this group of football players. They go on a hunting trip,
Hmm.
and one of them is attacked by like a giant hornet, and then they keep running into like huge giant rats and stuff, and they end up in a house with this couple that have been feeding them this stuff, feeding all the animals this stuff, making them giant.
Yeah.
And they have to, they well actually what the rat they were using it, they were feeding it to like the chickens. So you had giant ass chickens laying big ass eggs. And the idea the couple had was they were going to sell this stuff and to be rich.
Yeah.
But
Feed the
rats got
world.
into it. So you
Yeah.
had gigantic rats, and they have to fight off these rats with shotguns and whatever else they can find. Yeah, food. It's Food of the Gods. It's a H.G. Wells story, or at least it's uh based on an H.G. Wells story.
Yeah, the wife was just telling me about it right now, and it says it's supposed to take place on a Canadian island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, old Canada.
Another good one was like, what was it? Chud.
Yeah, Chud. the, the really good part in Chud is when she chopped the damn thing's head off, and it tried to gnaw at her ankle.
And then I'll get into the weird ones, which is like Chopping Mall.
I've seen that movie too much, and
And
it's such a stupid trope, you know.
and Life Force.
Life Force.
Yeah, the
Hmm,
alien vampires that like walk around naked and
yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, my copy of that is really bad. So, otherwise, I would have shown it by now
yeah.
for the just for the naked chick.
Another good one was Nightmares and Dreamscapes.
Dreamscapes. I liked. That's the Oh God, what's his name? I can't think. Okay, I can't think of the actor's name now.
I can't recall it either because I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Murder Hunter. Dennis Quaid. Yeah, yeah. That's that. He was like a psychic, and he can help you in your dreams.
Yeah.
Uh, and he has to keep the crazy guy from killing the president. And I would see now. Yvette has the collection, well over 1,000. That is a serious collector, ladies and gentlemen.
And then generally anything based off of a Clive Barker novel, I love the movie.
Yeah, Clive. Huh. Let's see, horror had changed by then for me. I'm more of a gothic horror. So anything put out by Hammer Studios, anything done by actors like Vincent Price,
Hmm.
that's when it comes to horror. That's more my style.
That's where I'm like the grotesque horror, the murdery guys.
Yeah, and
Hey, what do you expect? I was raised in the 80s, so
yeah,
born in 75, started watching movies in the 80s, and it's like that's what you watch. You watch your
yeah.
Freddy's, your Jasons, your everybody had to watch that.
The Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger stuff. That I was okay with that because the comedic element, okay, and the first Halloween I liked because of the tension. The tension it built.
I didn't like the Halloween series at all.
Only the first one, okay. And you saw what Michael Myers was about. You really didn't get why he wanted to kill his sister, though.
Hmm.
And you don't find out that she's his sister till like the end of the movie. And you know what that was about. But yeah, exactly, Hornet. The first Halloween was the shizzle, especially when the doctor shoots him, he falls out the window, and then there's no dead body down there.
Yeah, yeah.
See? So you knew you had a problem. But after that, the Halloween movies and then the Friday the 13th movies, they just got, you know, at, even to this day, I really don't see a difference between Michael Myers and the Friday the 13th guy,
And Jason. Okay.
Jason.
Well,
See, they both wear masks. They both are experts with a meat cleaver. Okay,
and
big whoop. Yeah. And,
then the later stuff I got into was basically anything to do with like demons or possession or
oh, that was like 70s horror though. The demonic possession stuff.
well, it
Like,
has to have the gore added to it as well. Like I'm expected to see a demon, and if they say anything about a demon or possession or you know, like let's say the movie the first one that got me into it was the first Power, which I liked. That was with Lou Diamond Phillips. Um,
uh,
After that, it was the movie with Christopher Walken, where he played Gabriel.
uh,
I'm trying to remember what it's called now. Oh yeah, The Prophecy.
oh, okay, yeah.
Stuff like that, where it's like this the old angels versus demons type stuff, and
Uh-huh, yeah.
yeah.
But I'm going back a little bit further with it. There were a lot of Italian horror movies after The Exorcist. They did Italian, they did a lot of those like demonic horror, demonic possession movies.
Hmm.
And usually there was a priest and a nun, and one of them or both of them together would either die or they would get the demon out of the little, the kid or the woman, or whatever.
And like the Omen, stuff like that. It was
Oh
really
yeah.
good. Yeah. The one that really hit it home for me was what's his name? Keanu Reeves. Constantine.
I didn't like that movie.
I didn't even know it was a
Really
comic
did.
book. I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, it was it to me that I guess that's my faith coming into it. That became just so blasphemous. You got an angel that loses her wings, and
Well,
you
that's
know,
the kind of movies, the horror movies that I liked was where it would draw similarities and
yeah.
some truths to the faith.
And Eastland Burkholder. My favorite trope starts boring, everyday life. Then one of the characters goes missing, and the rest of the movie is normal. Life goes off the rails, and perhaps one by one, more characters go missing or wind up dead.
Yeah.
Okay, that is what was that stupid movie everybody liked where it was supposed to have been found video?
Oh, Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, Just that's of course,
I at the time I liked it for what it was, but now if I watched it, I find there's way too much like jumping around with the camera because it's supposed to be found footage. It's
yeah.
just
Well, those found footage movies, they didn't last long, thank God. That was,
no kidding. Yeah,
you know, Blair Witch. That was a one time thing. It worked, and you know, so like usual, everybody jumps on the bandwagon.
and why did it work? Because it was something different,
Yeah.
an idea that
Okay.
came out of left field,
Hmm.
which we don't see in Hollywood anymore.
No, and it's a wonder nobody's tried to remake Blair Witch Project. And I probably just gave some asshole an idea. I'm sorry. Okay, Eastland House of Wax. Are you talking about the 2D version or the 3D version with Vincent Price? It's got to be the Vincent Price one. So do you want 2D or 3D?
Hmm. I don't think I've ever seen that.
You haven't?
No,
Okay. Well, it's in the collection, and so it'll probably be shown.
my wife just said The Pendulum is her favorite Vincent Price movie.
Pit and the Pendulum.
Yeah,
Now, with me, it's with Vincent Price. You got Last Man on Earth. I like that, and his diary. Well, not so much Diary of a Madman, but Tingler and the Mad Magician. If you've ever seen that, when it comes to Vincent Price, I like those three movies. Those three movies the best. Although I have like quite a few of his, and the probably his two Doctor Fives movies. Those are good. They're more comedy than horror, though.
hmm
Oh,
yeah. Unfortunately, if it was in black and white, usually I've never seen it.
huh. Well, Last Man on Earth is in black and white. Tingler is black and white.
A
The
lot of the
other,
black and white stuff, it's either I've seen it watching you,
uh huh.
or if there's anything black and white, I would either it has to have been like Western based or World War II based for me to actually
Oh,
have watched it.
hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Theater of Blood. That's another. That's another pretty good Vincent Price movie. He plays an actor that gets a bad review and goes stone crazy, and then him and other members of the asylum they sent him to start killing the critics who were giving him bad reviews.
But it promises blood in the title. Is there
Yeah,
blood?
yeah. There's blood in it. Yeah, oh
Okay,
yeah. There's
because I hate those movies that give you a promise of something in the title and it never shows up.
people get hacked up in it. I mean, I think it was one of the last. I think it was one of the movies that actually uh, forced him to retire because he got tired. The slasher stuff he did not like. Because I mean, but if you look at his body of work, he could play a guy going crazy,
Hmm.
and he didn't have to. He didn't need all the blood and gore and guts because he did a lot of Edgar Allan Poe stuff. And a lot of Poe characters were people going crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And he could do that good. So
Well, my familiarity starts with Vincent Price on a show that we used to watch as a kid. It was called um, oh crap, the Hilarious House of Frightenstein, and it was like a Saturday morning show
huh,
that was live action,
yeah,
and he was on the show, so it was pretty damn cool. I think it was Canadian.
huh, never heard of that. I may have to do some. It's Canadian, so no, I bet you somebody's got it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I've seen it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
It was like super cheesy.
Okay. Quantum Apocalypse. Clive Barker's Book of Blood. Source Code. Weird Science. The Thing. Both versions. Okay, I'll stop you right there. That is not a remake of the original. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, don't. And the one with the, the newer one, I hate it. Oh, well,
What?
the two newer ones. Okay, when it comes to movie, the thing, give me the old '50s version.
Never
Period.
seen 50s. The only one I know of is the one with Kurt Russell.
I don't that one and the one and the remake of the Kurt Russell one. I did not like. They were just too gross. Okay, the head slides off a body, grows legs, and tries to run off. Ew, that was just too flesh crawling for me. You know. Oh, Rain of Fire. Okay, now that's one I have not seen in a while, and that is a good movie, and so I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I do have it. It's in the other room. Okay, so that's gonna be one of the movies, folks. Rain of Fire. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. No, that's. I think Rain of Fire is deserving of a Saturday groovy movie play. Yeah, it's sci-fi fantasy type, monsters, dragons, and
You want
they
something like that? It's called Cabal. That's basically horror slash fantasy. And there's another name for that movie, Nightbreed. It's the same movie, Nightbreed and Cabal,
Nightbreed.
and it was based off a book from Clive Barker, and I believe he actually showed there's an appearance of him in the movie too.
Hmm.
And it's not all about horror; it's more like a thriller slash.
Oh, huh. There are a few. you get, your collection rivals mine. Okay, Vince. Yeah,
I used
Rain
to
of
have a great
Fire.
great collection until my hard drive crashed.
See, that's why you always have both hard copies and digital. You should always do that.
Yeah, but a digital collection is cheaper when you get everything for free.
Okay. Gene Rollins movies are very artistic, and I don't think the nudity would pass the test on YouTube. Yeah, nude female vampires can be appealing, Brogu, and that's why we have Cosme. Okay.
Yes, yes, that's what I liked when you were showing a few of those.
Ooh, yes, Jeff B. Altered States. Now that movie, it made isolation tanks popular.
I've
It's
seen that one, Altered States.
yeah. Post and okay, Eastland Burkhalter seems to be a fan of post-apocalyptic things. So all three of the Mad Max movies, the real Mad Max movies, not the nonsense they're doing now with what's her name, uh, the one-armed chick.
Yeah,
Which why that's even part of the Mad Max universe is beyond me.
it isn't. Not in my head.
Same here. And Max lost his car way too damn early. Okay. And this is after it had already been wrecked anyway,
Yeah.
years ago. So last house on Dead End Street. Oh, okay. Last house on Dead End Street. These are movies I haven't thought about in years. Huh. Music. When did they one musical Mad Max? When did they do Mad Max as a musical? Oh my God!
Wasn't it Mad Max's Beyond Thunderdome?
Yeah, that's part of the trilogy. That's with Tina Turner.
Yeah, that instantly makes it a musical.
No, I don't. She didn't sing in the movie. Okay, she sung for the soundtrack of the movie. Oh, Tina Turner was in the musical Mad Max. So what was this like on Broadway? Oh dear God, I'm glad I missed it. I'm Come on, fast cars, hot women, and violence in a in an apocalyptical desert. No, just and they all break out in song.
Oh my god,
No, thank you.
that's as bad as that other franchise that had a musical.
It was a. You're saying that the movie Beyond Thunderdome was a musical? Uh, I don't. Okay. But she didn't. But no one sang in the movie, so I don't know. Your opinion's welcome here. So it does. Maybe I'll have to. Maybe I'll have to check it out again. I don't know. Jodie Foster and the little girl who lives down the lane. I never really got through that entire movie.
I
I
don't
just,
recall that movie.
yeah, it was this strange kid lived in a house, big house down, the road, and you had, was it Martin Sheen that was harassing her? I don't know. Uh, so, Captain, you really think I need to bring back Morning Brew? Not sure how to do that without it turning in. What you do is you become the boss. You've got you've got that mute button. You've got that I can kick your ass out of the stream button. That's how you do it. You know, that's how I mean that's how you do it. I mean you don't let fuckwit in and other people. You, that's all you do. I mean, even Yvette can give you some pointers on that, and so can LDG and other streamers as well. What do you think about playing the original The Hills Have Eyes? Huh.
Once again, I haven't seen the original of that one, but I've seen the remake.
I'm tr- I don't think I've seen the original either. Huh. Well, bro, okay, see, Brogu, that's one I'd have to I'd have to preview and think about it. The Hills Have Eyes. Is that the one with the rednecks, the hillbillies that are killing people? Okay, now, yeah, old radios, Stepford Wives. That movie would get me in trouble because all the feminists would start boycotting me.
Yeah, there was a version in '77 and then one in
Uh-huh.
2006.
Oh, 77. Okay. I'd have to find it because it is. I remember the name of the movie. I don't remember the movie in general, so I had to watch it again. And
Oh my God, the one in '77 was directed and edited by Wes Craven.
oh, okay. It's a Wes Craven movie then.
Well, yeah, you were right. A gang of cannibalistic subhumans that live in the desert.
Yeah. Uh no, I'm afraid, Eastland, that feminists are going to boycott me if I play it. That movie, The Stepford Wives, I mean, okay, the perfect woman that every man wants to marry. Okay. And I know how ladies feel about that being subservient to a man these days. They're not going to do it. So, you know, that was a joke I had with an old girlfriend of mine. We're going to move to this spot and they're going to turn you into my Stepford wife. she could have killed me on the spot. So I yeah, okay, bro. The rednecks. Yes. Yeah. It's see it's been so long since I've seen that movie. Okay, that I mean it would you know I'd have I'm sure it would go over great. Uh, oh, Eastland, come on, it's not too serious. It's a joke. You know what I mean? I don't think women would hurt me for showing that movie, but you never can tell. No, just kidding.
Well, if it was released in '77, the original Hills Have Eyes,
Yeah,
then it couldn't be any worse than Texas Chainsaw Massacre original, because that was released in what, '78 or '79, and it was banned.
and it was based on a true story.
Well, so is the Hills Have Eyes.
That I did not know. Oh, so is that's one of those movies that it turned out there was a lot of mafia money in them. Because I know Texas Chainsaw Massacre had that um, thing that behind it. They were saying that it was they were funded by the mafia. They were like it was those ultra cheap slasher movies, and they were making big money.
Yeah, but no, the Hills of Eyes have was like loosely based. That's what it says here on Legend of Swanee Bean, believed to be the head of a wild Scottish clan that murdered and cannibalized numerous people during the 16th century.
Oh, okay, 16th century. Ew.
Yeah. Hey, you got to eat, man.
Yeah, but I mean, you were just playing chess with the guy. I mean,
Well, he won't lose again.
no, he won't. And so yeah, see, there are a lot. Yeah, there are a lot of you guys are gonna mess around, and it'll be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays that we'll be showing these, and Saturday. So okay, the original Westworld. Yeah,
That's good. I like
uh
that
huh.
one.
But you really don't understand why the robots go wonky. That's the only problem I
No,
have.
no.
Other than that, yeah, I would. Yeah.
Well, other than they're robots,
Uh-huh.
Skynet and all that.
And okay, a Brit movie about werewolves. Uh, there's American Werewolf in London. Werewolf of London. Uh,
I was going to say The Howling, but no, that's based in the States.
yeah.
Unfortunately, my knowledge of werewolf movies and at American Werewolf in London, Howling, and Underworld.
Oh yeah. But
But those are lichen, but that's the same thing. So
But no, but those underworld movies, it's in Europe, like Eastern Europe. That's not in
yeah,
London.
yeah. Eastern Europe, same thing.
Uh-huh. I'm now see now. Yvette would
Across the puddle.
Yvette would beg to differ with you on that. Yeah, American Werewolf in London, especially when he starts the change.
Yeah, that's the best
That
part of the
was
whole movie. The
uh
effects.
and see Yvette got ticked off over one of my werewolf movies.
Yes, because
Only seeing the werewolf one time. And how many times do you see the werewolf in American Werewolf in London? One time. Okay. But I digress. Hmm. A crack military team, British werewolves farmhouse. Hmm. I don't know. Okay. But it was far more than a minute. You saw him more than a minute. And I mean, God, lady. You see what I mean? Just, I mean, that was his first Hammer movie. I mean, it was Hammer's only werewolf movie. You're the Hammer fan, like I am, and your mom. You're supposed to respect it, treasure it for what it was. It is. The others, yeah, that's the one where uh, there's a family in a house, and this other family moves in, and they keep trying to chase them off, and at the end you find out that they're ghosts, right?
yeah, yeah, I
Uh,
think so. Isn't that from M Night Shyamalan Ding Dong?
sounds like it. Uh, it sounds like one of his masterpieces. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
ending has a
Werewolf,
twist.
a werewolf in England movie. How do you mean the title of a movie, a werewolf movie that takes place in England? I don't. But let me ask everybody this: Jack Nicholson's movie Wolf. What did you think about it?
It's Jack Nicholson. You can go do you can do no wrong. I don't think it was really a werewolf movie.
Yeah, it was. It was lycanthropy.
Yeah, I know, but when I saw it, like it didn't seem like a werewolf movie to me. It was just like Jack being Jack.
See, that's the problem I had with it. It was boring for a
Yeah,
werewolf movie. See, I guess I was spoiled on Lon Chaney Jr. when it came to a werewolf. The nice guy that he knows he's killing people. There's nothing he can do about it. The tortured soul type persona. And Nicholson didn't have that in this movie. He was an asshole dealing with other assholes.
yeah.
And he got back at the asshole boss that fired him by banging his daughter. and turning her into a werewolf. Nicholson as a werewolf just needed a motorcycle. Why would he need a motorcycle? I mean,
No, then it would turn into an iteration of Teen Wolf.
so Yvette's not a huge fan of werewolves. She likes vampires and mummies. Okay,
The only reason she likes mummies is because of Brendan Fraser.
is that all? Have you seen him lately? I mean, he's really been tying on the feed bag. No, but okay, now
Yeah,
vampires are and vampires and mummies are something different. And personally, okay, I don't think they've ever really done total justice to a vampire. I mean, a mummy movie. Vampires are easy because they live hundreds, thousands of years. And so it's easy to do justice to a vampire. Mummies, on the other hand, okay, he's horny, he comes back, and you stop it. I mean,
they're
usually,
far too easy to stop.
yeah, they walk like a stroke victim. Okay, so it's not that hard, and basically all you got to do is get him shagged, and he should be all right.
Like Mummy is just a zombie with less flesh.
Yeah, you should be able to just water him down, and he'll disintegrate.
Yeah,
But we digress. Grogu thinks Wolf was okay in his opinion. It was just boring to me. I started watching the movie and got distracted and looked up and it was over. I don't remember anything in between. That that's the weird part.
there's nothing memorable of the movie. That's what. Yeah,
Yeah, just that there was a line in there where the police were questioning him about somebody that came up dead, and he mentioned that one of the guys had been drinking all night and he could smell it on him. And then at the end of the movie, what's her name did the same thing, to a different cop, and that's how you knew, okay, she's the next wolf.
yeah.
If you gave him a motorcycle and he was a little younger, all of a sudden it would be the werewolf version of Twilight. Stop it, ladies! Don't. Okay, Twilight. Do not mention Twilight. Twilight is sacrilege. Sparkly vampires are bad. Okay, and The Beast with Five Fingers, the movie that put the fear of God in Yvette people. She had her mother every night shaking underneath the bed, make sure the hand not loose. Now you have to be honest with us, Yvette. How many times did mom threaten to lock you in the closet with the hand if you were not nice? She hasn't answered. Okay. But yeah, puppets. Okay, yeah. So what did you do that mom had to bring out the puppets? I bet it had to do something with Fleur.
Yvette is so lucky I live nowhere near her.
Yeah. Just think what you could do with about $50 and access to Jim Henson's warehouse.
In the middle of the night, I'd be hanging out outside the window with puppets on my hands, knocking on the window.
And you could always sing the Muppet theme, the theme to the Muppet Show. It would drive her nuts. In a way, it is funny, Yvette, but that's probably a private joke unless she lets everybody else in on it. So oh, now see, okay, Yvette, I would not mail puppets to your house. I'm not that cool. I'd bring them in person. No, but honestly, I never really met a person that had that aversion. Yeah, I always thought it was just like, a comedy thing. But fear of puppets and clowns is a real thing.
Uh, I don't know if it's a puppets thing that I've got because I'm fine with Muppets and stuff like that, but it's that stupid Thunderbird show.
I liked Thunderbirds as a kid.
Those damn little marionettes or whatever they are just creep me the hell up.
They, they were cool, though. They were
No.
rescuing people. Come on. The problem was they, well, there wasn't a problem with them. Let me shut up. But Jeff, the Puppet Master, good movie. Okay, I think we can all I think we can all agree on that
Never watched it.
one.
Never had no desire to see it, even though that was during like my time of watching horror movies. But
Hmm. And see, even Jeff has apologized. So all right, we've been going an hour and 20 minutes. Uh, so I think I've had enough fun streaming. How about you guys? Now, what I want everybody to do is tell
Oh
all
my,
your friends, especially about my channel. I'm trying to grow this, make it big, be right up there with creature features. Maybe. But yeah, I'm getting ready to kind of close down. This has been fun, something to do on Easter that's not egg related. So I know a lot of people, are probably not into that. So, oh, what I want everybody to do now is, you know, check out, if you haven't, check out one of the movies on my channel. Like, leave a comment, tell your friends about it. Uh, let's, have some fun with these movies, especially Wednesdays and Saturdays when when the live streams will take place. Uh, and until then, Yvette, thank you for participating. JP's, you're Mitch. Good
huh?
man.
What?
Grogu, Jeff, Eastland, Captain Fandom. Okay, all you guys. Have a good rest of the day. Uh, you know, I don't know. Find a horror movie. Find a good horror movie. Find a bad horror movie. Watch it. Uh, and yeah, Goku. What are you waiting on? The competition would be great. We could tag team off. It'd be fun. Uh, so until the next time I get a hankering to do one of these live streams, everybody watch some good movies, watch some bad movies. Just watch some movies. For JP's, everybody in the chat, Mr. Lundell,